Hello everyone, I'm Atifa Mehta representing Cypher Sentinel, and today I invite you to step into the world of MapleLeaf Investments, a financial powerhouse facing one of its biggest ethical challenges yet. Imagine this: you're standing on the trading floor, the market is buzzing. A stock you have been watching suddenly skyrockets. Now, what if you knew this was going to happen because of information that wasn't public yet? That's exactly the kind of ethical dilemma MapleLeaf is facing. So, in this presentation, I'll walk you through the Compliance and Ethics Training Guide, a roadmap designed to rebuild trust, strengthen accountability, and ensure MapleLeaf stands as a model of integrity in Canada's financial sector. Let's start with the background of the case. MapleLeaf Investments, based in Toronto, manages over $25 billion in assets. Recently, their trade volume shot up by 30%. Great news, right? Well, not quite. Regulators noticed something unusual. A senior portfolio manager, David Langford, made a $5 million trade just before a major merger announcement. Suspicious timing. As a result, MapleLeaf's compliance score dropped from 90% to 65%. This wasn't just about one person. It revealed cracks in internal controls and ethics culture. That's where our team, Cypher Centennial, came in. Our mission was clear: to help Our mission was clear: to help MapleLeaf rebuild from within. The training guide aims to reinforce ethical decision making, prevent insider trading, strengthen compliance systems, and remind employees that integrity is everyone's job. It is not just a mutual, it is a mindset shift because real compliance doesn't come from fear of punishment. It comes from a culture of doing the right thing. Here's what drives MapleLeafs forward. The Here's what drives MapleLeafs forward. The vision: to be Canada's most trusted and transparent investment firms. The mission: to operate with integrity, comply with all financial regulations, and foster a culture of ethics through education and accountability. It's simple. Trust is earned, not claimed, and this guide helps rebuild trust step by step. Now let's take a moment to unpack these two words we often hear: compliance and ethics. Compliance means following the law. Ethics means doing what's right, even when no one is watching. You can follow every rule and still act unethically. That's why both matter. In finance, compliance protects the system. Ethics protects the soul of the company. In Canada, our financial world is guided by powerful regulators. In Canada, our financial world is guided by powerful regulators. IIROC, which is ensuring fair trade practices, and it also oversees investment dealers and trading activity. Next is OSC, that is Ontario Security Commission, which investigates security violations, and FinTrack, which keeps an eye on financial crime and money laundering, which is a financial intelligence unit of Canada. Criminal Code of Canada. It clearly defines insider trading as a serious offense. These institutions don't just enforce rules, they uphold trust in our markets, and MapleLeaf must align with them at every step. Now, where do most firms slip up? Here are the big ones: insider trading, conflicts of interest, misuse of confidential data, and weak international reporting systems. These aren't just technical issues, they are ethical pressure points. Every bad decision usually begins with one thought: No one will find out. Our guide teaches employees to replace that with what if everyone knew? Now let's look at the Langford case. So how do we fix this? This guide lays out the So how do we fix this? This guide lays out the He made a trade worth $5 million just before a merger was announced using non-public information. But here's the real failure. The system didn't catch it fast enough. Weak monitoring, unclear reporting, and fear of speaking up created the perfect storm. The Langford case isn't just a cautionary tale, it's MapleLeaf's wake up call. So, how do we fix this? The guide lays out best practices to turn compliance from a checkbox into a culture. The guide lays out best practices to turn compliance from a checkbox into a culture. We'll build a robust compliance framework, conduct regular audits, keep clear trading records, protect whistleblowers, and and train again. The goal is to prevent issues before they become investigations. Means we need to be proactive in such manner that as the issue comes, before that we are there to solve it. Now let's talk about people. Ethics doesn't come from people. Ethics doesn't come from policies. It comes from behavior. When leaders set the tone, when honesty is rewarded, and when mistakes are learned from not hidden, ethic thrives. As one compliance officer once said, the culture of a company is what people do when no one is looking. MapleLeaf needs to be like that every day. Ethical choices can be tough, especially in high pressure roles. That's why our training guide includes three simple frameworks: utilitarianism, deontology, virtue ethics. Utilitarianism: choose what helps the most people. Deontology: do what's right by the rules. And virtue ethics: be guided by character and integrity. This model helps employees pause and ask, is this decision ethical, fair, and honest? Sometimes the previous decision is the one that slows you down. Now let's look at the employee's role in compliance. Now let's look at the employee's role in compliance. Compliance isn't a department, it's a team effort. Portfolio managers, analysts, compliance officers, everyone plays a part. Employees must keep records transparent, report suspicious activity, maintain confidentiality, and speak up against wrongdoing. When everyone takes ownership, compliance becomes a shared value, not an obligation. Even the best systems fail if they aren't enforced. MapleLeaf should monitor trading patterns, track suspicious activity, and, and take disciplinary actions when violations occur. Accountability isn't about punishment, it's about protecting the organization's integrity. In compliance, consistency equals credibility. Here's what something powerful: MapleLeaf's whistleblower hotline has seen a 50% increase in reports. That means employees want to do the right thing. The company must protect and support them. Anonymous reporting, zero retaliation, and transparent follow-up build confidence. Whistleblowers aren't troublemakers. They are guardians of integrity. Compliance and ethics aren't one-time lessons. Compliance and ethics aren't one-time lessons. They are lifelong habits. That's why MapleLeaf must continue investing in regular ethics workshops, annual certification programs, and updated modules that reflect new regulations. Employee feedback integration is also necessary. As the financial world evolves, so should our understanding of ethics. So, let's so let's bring it all together. The Compliance and Ethics Training Guide is more than a response to a problem. It's a promise. A promise that MapleLeaf will rise stronger, more transparent, and more accountable than ever before. Because at the end of the day, compliance isn't just avoiding penalties, it's about earning trust. Thank you for joining me, and remember, integrity is not a rule we follow, it's a value we live by. Thank you.